These days, when there's so much talk about gay rights and transgender rights and laws being passed to protect those rights, a whole other minority is getting ignored. Those who've come out of the gay community.
18 former gays, lesbians, and transgenders stood before the U.S. Capitol to proclaim they're real, despite a culture that denies such transformation is possible.
We've experienced a change in our sexual orientation. Some small, some great. I mean, some of us don't experience same-sex attraction anymore. And yet, everywhere you go, you hear that's utterly impossible.
Not for this former homosexual, now father of 4.
I don't ever get sexually aroused by looking at a man. That hasn't happened in years.
But House Bill 3570 says therapy similar to what helped Ken Williams, and many of these leave the lifestyle, can't do that. It proclaims there is no evidence that conversion therapy is effective, or that an individual's sexual orientation or gender identity can be changed by conversion therapy. Williams worries such a bill would forbid the counseling he insists saved his life by calling all of it conversion therapy.
At 17 years old, I was suicidal. I started seeing a Christian counselor who I saw weekly for 5 years. And it changed my, that was the last day I felt suicidal.
Pastor Jim Doman says similar counseling helped him go from gay guy to heterosexual husband and dad. But H.R. 3570 brands such therapy toxic, saying it is substantially dangerous to an individual's mental and physical health. Doman, of course, disagrees.
These bills would not only prohibit it, it's almost like we'd have to go underground to seek help. And it breaks my heart when you hear the stories of people who've been sexually abused, people who are suicidal, people going through depression and seeking help, or they want to go in a different direction. That would not be, would be very, very difficult, if not impossible to do.
Many here are Christians who also give God the credit for their radical change. Elizabeth Woning brought a warning for a culture that would reject that power and instead embrace what the Bible says is toxic.
We are denying our own biology. We are hating ourselves. We have higher rates of mental illness and suicide. The farther Christianity gets out of the mainstream, the more broken we're becoming in America.
These folks are saying while laws are being passed to protect people like those in the gay and transgender communities, other people who want to swim against the cultural mainstream will be hurt by those very laws. Paul Strand, CBN News, reporting from Capitol Hill.